Sabrina and Calvin keeping it cute. Karen wants to know what's going on. And Fatima got Hayden's blood on her sleeve. And homie is dead? Ciao, it's your good sis Erica Vane coming to y'all with my full breakdown of episode 1, season 4 of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Y'all, this is my concise, while also a deep dive breakdown for this episode. If you missed it, I did do an initial thoughts video. There was a ton of comments on there. I'm going to be putting up initial thoughts videos immediately after the episode so that I can let y'all know exactly how I feel. But this full breakdown video is for when I am able to rewatch the episode, look at some of y'all's comments, think about it a little bit more, process, and then formulate my thoughts. So these are my official thoughts now, having watched the episode 3 times and then talking with some of y'all in the comment section. So thank you so much for commenting and sharing your thoughts with me. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn your bell notifications so that you don't miss any of my sisters videos, because I am bringing you a lot and I'm talking about every single thing that you could possibly think about. So come on and let's go ahead and talk about it together. Okay. This episode opens with a replay of the infamous moment when Gary walks out of the bathroom in Robin's hotel and Andi is driven awake by the thought of this nightmare to find her and Robin in the room alone. Robin has already called ahead, told Fatima that Andi was going to be running a little bit late because they were meeting, come on with these meetings. I need more of those type of meetings, but all right. And when Andi wakes up, she starts to rush like, oh, I got to get to work. And Robin is trying to get her to stay, get her to hang out a bit. I was trying to figure out in this scene if I felt like Robin was actually like trying to move forward with Andi, like on a serious level, like not even just these little trysts or these little flings within these hotel rooms or with the threesome. While they're in bed, Robin says, you always call me when you're drinking. And then he also, of course, invites Andi to London. And when you first saw it, or at least when I saw it in the previews, I think it primed me to think he was a little bit more serious than he actually was. But he tells her to come to London, not to move there to be with him and for them to jump into a serious relationship, but because he's like, you can present the settlement with me to the client. And then he says, I'm only going to ask once, but it's kind of like a joke. He's like, all right, 3 times. And I feel like that little bit of dialogue was a setup to see that maybe Robin isn't actually looking for a relationship. Maybe Robin is looking for something light and fun to do with Andi. So that kind of brings me to wonder where they're going to go. Like if Andi is able to actually break free from Gary and go on her separate ways, but then Robin doesn't actually want a relationship, but Andi seems like a relationship type of girl, then what is she going to do now? This just brings us all back to Andi probably needs to spend some time being single, but then being single on her own and not jumping from man to man. I really, after rewatching that scene a few times, I started to see it a little bit different. And then I also have a little bit of questions about Robin. I don't know. I want to dive all into Robin and I want to completely believe, but I don't know. We don't know enough for me to be like, all right, we're going to go ahead and let her fall and it's going to be okay. Let me know what y'all think about Robin in the comment section down below. Andi is always stunning between her lingerie and the dress that she wore in this episode. Sis is giving vibes. If you want to get her look, check the links in the description box to shop the show. Team Vane is working overtime to bring the TV shows that we cover's experience into real life, and some of these hair, makeup, and fashion styles we gotta have, and you should too. Links to everything is in the description box, so go ahead and get your shop on. When we get into the office, when Andi and Fatima are talking, we notice, or Andi notices first, that Fatima has a red stain on her right arm of her dress. Girl, you were wearing white. I was always wondering, like, why did she wear white to beat Hayden's ass? But okay, girl, you did it, and now you have Hayden's blood on you. Y'all, I think that this is going to be a thing that's going to come back to bite her. It's not just going to be a little call to what actually happened, but this is going to be a thing that shows like how not necessarily well thought out the plan might have been and how sloppy it kind of was executed, because the fact that she has some of his DNA on her is going to be a problem. I'm uncomfortable with Andi discussing Karen with Fatima, period. If you are both girls' friends, be that. If you are one girl's friend, be that. But this whole Andi telling the girls that Fatima's just an employee, and then her kikiing and clowning Karen to Fatima is giving very much so Two-Face, very much so you ain't either of these girls' friends, very much so you confused and maybe somebody need to slap some sense into you. Y'all, Karen and Zach are over. Fatima and Zach are happening, but our good sis held it down for Zach in this episode when this random woman came into her salon asking questions and trying to get info on him. Half of y'all don't like Karen, but sis is a real one and she loyal. She emotional as hell and going through some things, but y'all know when she cares about somebody, she really rides for them, and I love that for her. Y'all, the bank finally got people in it. COVID was trying to hold all of our favorite shows productions down, but Tyler Perry got season 4 together, done, and we got extras, and we love to see it. Sabrinna kind of kept it quiet in this episode, really worrying about Maurice and if he would forgive her. She calls Calvin over to the bank to talk to Maurice and to plant the seeds of Maurice hooking up with Calvin's friend to hopefully cheer him up, and then we get to see a little cute moment between those two before he leaves, getting ready for their plans tonight. I'm taking a wait and see approach when it comes to Sabrina and Calvin because they can't seem to get on the same page and stay on the same page for an extended period of time. So who knows how long this cuteness is actually going to last. What Sabrina does do consistently is serve a look. So shop Sabrina's gorgeous locks with the link in the description box. She always gives grounded, gorgeous goddess, and I'm already wanting to try faux locks myself. So if you are as well, get into the description box, click that link, and go ahead and get you some. But back to the breakdown. Q calls Maurice from prison, and sir, it's been a day. You talking about a program, therapy, blah, 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 like you gonna act right. Yet you held this boy at gunpoint and tried to rob him and his job. You must be high. You got to be. If you think that somebody is supposed to care and let you come and live with them. Like, what strand of crack are you on? Maurice spends the episode in a weird space. I can't figure out if he's sad about Q or if he's just mad about Sabrina bringing up his daddy, but either way, we need more. Do y'all think that Tyler's gonna give us more about Maurice's story? I'm gonna just leave it at that. If y'all want my full thoughts on the whole Q and Maurice situation, check out my episode 2 trailer breakdown video because I give y'all the deets there. Danni tells Sabrina in this episode that Preston doesn't understand her, but how understood do you want to be, sis? Because your unloading of your feelings about Preston's white privilege felt very much so like a declaration, not a discussion. Y'all, one of the funniest comedic moments of the episode was at the top when El Fuego was playing gay so that he could try to get out of the situation with Danni and Preston. When I tell y'all I cackled. Now, that moment that El Fuego and Danni go on to have at the airport kind of is unsettling, but from then I was like, oh yeah, I kind of think I want to see Danni explore this because he got a little bit of flavor. He can switch it up. He adapt really quick, and he could be somebody really, really fun to be with. So I would love to kind of see where that goes. Let me know what y'all think about the idea of Danni and El Fuego after seeing episode 1. El Fuego tells Danni, you know I can have any woman I want, and you pulled this on me. Excuse me, sir? What did you say? I was with you, El Fuego. I was totally with you in the pursuit of Danni. You seem hella genuine, but that is on the list of phrases that men do not say when they're trying to get with a woman. What in the world would possess you to bring up all of the other women you could have to the supposed woman that you want? Like, does that really make sense in y'all male brains? Because I'm bewildered over here. My female brain can't compute. Danni tells her supervisor that she thinks that Logan is a pimp, human trafficking, and I am beyond confused about how the hell she came to this conclusion. At least while watching the episode. Y'all, I watched this episode twice and I still don't see the clues that she's actually talking about. She's talking about she's been trained for this, but if he was a human trafficking person, wouldn't he be trying to avoid contact and communication and like trying to blend in and all that? He was damn near trying to jump Danny's bones behind the desk. You gonna show me the house? Karen, take your ass home, girl. When she said that, y'all, when she said that, I started cracking up. You know you trying now. You gonna see the house when you drop Lil Junior off. Let's not put the cart before the horse. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I think that Zach and Karen have chemistry, and it's gonna be the foundation for their healthy co-parenting. Once they finish or get tired of their little bickering, they're gonna make really great friends, and I cannot wait for that day. Zach and Fatima are gonna be flourishing. Karen is going to have the baby that she wanted and happy and grounded, and it's all gonna be good. We saw Danni break up with Preston in this episode, and is Danni right about him and his white privilege? Click this video to find out more. Does Fatima think that she's actually going to get caught? Click this video to find out.